Hello, my name is Laurie. I wear multiple hats. I'm currently the Arts and Medicine Coordinator at the Niagara Health System in Niagara, Ontario. Here I develop social arts-based programming for people affected by cancer, as well as research its impact. I also do research through Wilfrid Laurier University in the field of community music. I avidly seek arts and research grants to create social, music, and multidisciplinary arts programs for people in the community. In 2019, I received a federal grant to develop a project and research study, which included launching a pilot for people, a songwriting pilot for people affected by MS. This presentation describes it. For some background, Canada has one of the highest rates of multiple sclerosis in the world, impacting quality of life and social engagement opportunities for those affected. Currently, MS chapters throughout Canada offer minimal social programming and little to no arts programming. No established programs are offered by professional artists working to provide a professional arts experience. These quality of life driven and social engagement opportunities should be a priority, but we already know this, so I won't get into this. And so I can focus on the results of the study. But if you're interested in MS research, we can chat about it later. We're likely familiar that community music has a place in wellness contexts and know it can contribute to quality of life, improve mood and well-being, strengthen social bonding, and specifically for those with chronic illness, music making has been shown to reconnect with the pre-illness self, develop new skills, gain a sense of achievement, be creative, and increase hope. The goal of this project was to engage community members affected by MS using a community music approach to songwriting to explore their experiences, specifically in how music can be used as a tool to increase engagement and build a sense of community through an accessible, active, participatory opportunity that is geared towards improving overall wellness and quality of life. We held a 10-week songwriting course using community music principles. A local professional singer-songwriter was hired to facilitate the course and assisted by myself and a graduate-level research assistant. There were 10 participants, 9 females, 1 male, 9 people with MS, and 1 caregiver who volunteered for the study. All participants were administered pre- and post-questionnaires with closed and open-ended questions to explore their past and current experiences. Other data included audio and video recorded songwriting sessions, field notes from myself and the research assistant, written and verbal discussion with the singer-songwriter, and audio feedback, audio-video recorded performance, and an audience guestbook signed at the performance. Each session took place at the local MS chapter due to accessibility and central location, and to acknowledge the chapter's support. In the first session, we learned as a group that had a wide interest in music, but we all agreed that we pretty much loved everything. The first 3 sessions started with a meditation described by the singer-songwriter as letting go, prompting participants to surrender their thoughts and allow their subconscious to guide lyrical inspiration. Post-meditation, participants shared their thoughts and the singer-songwriter captured ideas on a laptop attached to a projector to collaborate. As the next sessions refined ideas, lyrics were transformed into songs, including exploring musical styles to support the lyrics. The singer-songwriter offered examples of chord progressions, used relatable terminology for those unfamiliar with musical language, and encouraged participants to share their ideas. In week 5, individuals officially became a group, naming themselves the Mileners as an homage to their MS. Participants then split into 2 working groups to write 2 new songs and explored referential improvisation on the Soundbeam. The Soundbeam is an electronic assistive music-making device that enabled participants to make music through capturing motion through ultrasonic sensors that translate information into MIDI and tactile switches that respond through radio frequencies. As the course progressed, the Soundbeam became an essential tool for enhanced engagement and motivation, supporting the creative experience and providing backing tracks and environmental sounds for the final songs. It also allowed for further accessible involvement outside the conventional instruments used in the course. A guitar played by the singer-songwriter, a piano played mostly by one of the participants, percussion including a djembe, rainstick, frame drum, and small handheld percussion played by the other participants. 3 songs were finalized in week 7, and weeks 8 and 9 included an additional improvisational exploration and rehearsals. The final performance was week 10, held on stage at a local arts cafe in the community room. Subtitled Our Myelin Might Suck, But Our Songs Still Rock, the Open Doors event included an audience of over 40 family members, friends, and community members, along with many others curiously peering through the room to the show. The show included our songs called Ants in My Pants, Gestures of Romance, Spring Song, and Improvisations. I had recordings to show you of these. However, the quality was so terrible, I just left it. and I'll tell you a little bit more about the outcomes of the study. Theme one, we approached our data using Braun et al.'s reflexive thematic analysis, and 5 main themes were generated from the data. Theme one included good feelings, which included improved mood. It was motivating. They loved learning something new, and it contributed to an improved quality of life. One participant described this enrichment in life. Everything about it was just wonderful. Another said, rather than thinking about the things I can't do, I start thinking about the things I can do and just doing some things I enjoy. It gave them more hope for the future, a positive outlook, because people need positivity. It was a great experience. Everything was for them. It was awesome. And they were really happy with the concert. They felt everyone had a good time and they were impressed with the outcome. Theme 2 includes social inclusion. MS limits social interaction, and it gives them an avenue to connect. This let them get out of the house, be with others with MS. They could find more community resources by talking to one another, and they worked with others towards a final goal. When you're a part of a group, one said, we'll all do it together. I really enjoyed just getting together with people that face the same challenges that I face. I enjoyed the fact that we really weren't talking too much about the challenges that we do face, except for in a surface way. I've participated in a few other groups and it's pretty heavy. This was light and sort of brought to the surface some challenges that we face, but in a more creative and subtle way. With me, I'd never do solo, but as a group, we sang because everyone as a group sang together. Theme 3 was the musical self was split into 2 sides, either collaboration or individual musicianship. They were really impressed with the sound beam and they couldn't believe the sounds that came out of it. It made one person want to learn more about music. Like, she didn't have enough background. She wanted to be able to do more, participate more. She wanted to get out, get a set of drums, get vocal lessons. She said, you did that to me. Others were so impressed by the sound beam, the sounds that it could make. It was unbelievable to them that it could exist and that they didn't have to know how to play an instrument. Another called it that it was cool that you could play with 2 fingers, just with your hand. It was really cool without the intricacies of practicing every day and sounding like you were doing something. Theme 4 included self-discovery, including increased self-confidence, finding purpose, feelings of meaningfulness, a sense of accomplishment. It was shocking that they did that regarding the performing. Being with others just gave them more confidence. Everything for another was increased. Their creativeness, their creative ability, their self-esteem, it all contributed to it. It allowed another to get engaged on something specific. Like, here you are with a purpose doing something. Like, what am I going to do today, right? With no purpose. But it was a purpose for the day, for them to write music or explore it at home. And the performance, that moment, it was meaningful. It was pretty awesome. Like, they did that, they put that together and it was really good. Theme 5 included facing challenges. Luckily for us as researchers, there were minimal MS challenges, but there were study limitations, personal needs that needed attended to, and interpersonal relationships when, people got a little testy with one another. But overall, the biggest qualm was that they could have used more time and they wanted to learn more. As a conclusion, it's clear that these experiences demonstrate that the quality of life for people affected by MS can be enhanced through a form of community music-based engagement. Further research ideas include specific themes or other music-making modalities, targeting specific populations such as caregivers or children, horizontal relationships like the facilitator-participant experience, and there was a lot of great feedback for the facilitator, individual songwriting with group feedback, deeper analysis of lyrical and musical choices, and perception of value in the local MS chapter and its relationship to the community. I want to thank you for engaging with me in this presentation, and I look forward to your questions and comments. I again apologize for the lack of clips. I can try to play them for you, but I think that it doesn't do it justice at all. Thank you so much.